5 o'clock for Serenity Treasures, and that will be hosted at Bear Arms Brewing. All the information's on our Facebook and web calendar. With that being said, we're going to intro our speaker, which reminds me, I requested your bio and then I left it in my folder. So I'm going to grab that. Anybody have any jokes y'all want to tell while I'm looking for that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Christy Ogle is from the Show Me State, Missouri, where she was born and raised. She attended college at Hard Work U, College of the Ozarks in Point Lookout, Missouri. Christy married her college sweetheart, Mr. Max Ogle, which is joining us today. They have been together ever since. Christy was not born in Texas, but she ran here and got here as fast as she could. It only took her 31 years. Christy has been a domestic engineer, ice cream store manager, advocate, and now CEO of multiple companies, is the co-founder of Sometimes Spouse. Christy is an avid adventurer who loves stand-up paddleboarding, camping, kayaking, boating, and then basically anything outdoors. Christy is helping one family at a time break out of the box of life. Christy's mission on this earth is to help 1,204,732 families put families first. Christy Ogle.
I like to start off my presentations a little bit different than everyone else. So put your food down. I know I see a couple of you just took a couple of bites. I want you to get excited. I want you to stand up, rise up. I want you to get 4 high fives and 2 hugs. Don't be shy, hug these people. You see them all the time. Don't you just feel better? Aren't you happier when you get hugs and high fives? So I was about 19 years old when I was working at a furniture store in Missouri. And there was a recliner contest that was going on. And I was the top salesman at 19 in over 900 stores for recliners. I have this love for recliners, and I know way too much about recliners. I can't use it with my business sometimes. And I was walking around to the front of the store, and it was just windows, so people could see all the furniture and all of these beautiful recliners. And I rounded the corner, and I was looking kind of out the windows, but somebody out of the corner of my eye caught my eye. He was about 6'4", and back then he had a mullet cut. And he was dressed in clothes, he looked like a farm boy. And so I went up to him, he was looking at a forest green big man's recliner. Oh, there was a contest going on that day. I was going to win it. So I walked up to him and I said, "Oh, are you looking for a new recliner for your home, sir?" And he says, "Yes, ma'am. I'm looking for one. I work nights, so I'm looking for a recliner that I can sleep in during the day." And I said, "Isn't your wife or girlfriend going to get upset if you're sleeping in a recliner?" And he goes, "I'm not married." Oh, okay. So I showed him the recliner, and he wanted to look at other options. So I took him over and I showed him about 20 different recliners, but I ended up at this pink recliner. And I said, "You've got to try it. It's like the big man's chair up front. You've got to try it. You can definitely sleep in this." It was a huge, overstuffed pink recliner. And he says, "No, I'm dirty. I'm getting ready to go work at the factory." And I said, "No, you've got to sit in it." And I couldn't convince him to sit in the chair. So I said, I'll just sit in the chair for you. Is that okay? And I was in a blue and white plaid dress. I haven't worn a dress since then, so it's been a while. And I jumped in the recliner. I'm like, "You've got to see all these features and benefits of this chair." So I kicked my legs up, and I remember I was in a dress, and he said from that moment on, he was sold. And that's how I met my spouse, Max Ogle. I He wanted the forest green chair, but I got him the pink one and he never complained. So one of the keys to happiness is who you choose to live your life with. Whether it be your spouse, a friend, or the people that are just around you. With sometimes spouse, I had to include spouse, right? So this is one of the keys to happiness. They've done lots of studies on happiness, and who you choose to spend your time with or live your life with can make a huge difference in your life. Max is over there. He's the tall, bald guy. The mullet's gone. I got rid of that pretty quickly. And we've went through some crazy things over the last 25 years. We moved across the country. We've adopted a child. We had a child with special needs. We've run out of money. We've started businesses. We've run out of money again. We started more businesses. We ran out of money again. And we had all those other things that happen in life. Car wrecks, deaths of people that have been close to us. But the one thing that we've always chose is no matter what is going on in our lives, we're always happy. So you have that choice, and it's much easier when you walk along with somebody like Max Ogle, who's always saying, go to your happy place, to be happy. But it's true, the person you choose to spend your life with, or the people you choose to spend it with, or the employees, or the people at your workplace, make it a lot easier. The study that I was talking about actually shows that if your significant other or spouse is your best friend, you're twice as likely to be happy. So I have chose my best friend, Max Ogle, to walk this life with and be happy. So that is how spouses all began, was 20 plus years ago. Secret number 2. This is probably the biggest one. This is the magic pill to happiness. It's standards. I know you're like, this is why I came to the luncheon? She's going to talk about standards. Yes, standards are so important in every aspect of your life. What are your standards? The first standard is poor. What kind of reward do you think you get when you have poor standards?
Poor.
That's what I used to think. If you have poor standards, you get poor rewards. But the truth is you get a step right below that. If you're a poor parent, you have children that are in jail. If you're a poor spouse, you probably aren't married for very long. If you run a poor business, you're probably not in business very long. You actually get pain. It's what you have when you get poor standards. So the reward you get is always just a notch below. The second is good. I have people come up to me all the time that have really good business ideas. Or they've been in business and they've had a good business, but it went out of business. They've been married and they were a good husband, but their wife left them. What kind of rewards do you get when you have good standards? Poor. You get that pain in there. So it really, you have to look at your standards. I know you guys are way above that because you're here continuing to learn with the Greater Yoga Chamber, right? So good people will go and they'll have that good job for 25 years and then they'll get laid off. Or they've had those good intentions for their business and it goes out of business because they didn't really work on it. They had those poor rewards because they worked on it sometimes, right? The third one is excellence. Who in here is excellent? Oh, yes! You guys are all excellent, or you wouldn't be coming to a networking lunch in the middle of the day at the Dr. Pepper Museum when, sometimes we've got really bad traffic or parking, right? So you've got excellent standards. What kind of rewards do you get when you're excellent? Good. You get good. I didn't hear anybody. They weren't like, good! They're like, good.
Learn.
People that are excellent in business. I've been there. I used to be a service coordinator at MHMR. And I would help people with special needs advocate. I would advocate for them in the school systems and different systems that they were in. And I was excellent at it. So they asked me to go around and teach all these other service coordinators throughout the state of Texas to be good service coordinators. And I did it. I was excellent at my job. I excelled. But the thing about standards is you have to have them in every area of your life. So when I was flying all across Texas, I was gone 3 or 4 days a week. I would miss out on the kids' basketball games. I'd miss out on their choir concerts. I'd miss out on their karate. And I was just teaching people to be good. It was rewarding at work, but my home life wasn't exactly perfect. I was probably a good wife at that point.
Sorry.
And one day, my baby girl came up to me with her big brown eyes and her brown curly hair. And she said, "Mama, are you going to make my first basketball game?" And I said, "No, baby, I've got to go to Dallas this weekend because I'm teaching some people." And she goes, "Mom, why do you care so much about them, but you don't care about my basketball game?" It broke my heart. That day I realized I was doing something wrong. I was working for other people, and I wasn't putting my family first. My rewards were good. They weren't exactly what I wanted in life. So the next level is outstanding. And the rewards for outstanding are unbelievable, the things that you get when you have those outstanding standards. In business, when you're outstanding, you have raving fans that stay with you through thick and thin, no matter what. When you're outstanding as a husband, you're anticipating the needs of your wife. When you're outstanding as a wife, you're anticipating the needs of your husband. I have to tell a quick story about Max Ogle. He's amazing. He always anticipates my needs. But in the spring and summer, I always wear open-toed shoes. How many of you love open-toed shoes? Yeah, I'd wear them all year if it wasn't 30 degrees outside right now. But I hate wearing open-toed shoes and walking on grass and there being dew on the grass. My pet peeve is to have wet toes. So, I have 3 kids. They're all driving age. And they always park kind of wonky. And sometimes my car is off in the grass. And Max drives me to work every morning, because we work together at Sometimes Spouse. And one morning I walked out there and I complained about the dew. I hate getting dew on my toes. And so the next morning that I went out there, he had backed the car in. I'm like, "Why'd you do that? That's kind of strange." He's like, "I don't want you to get your toes wet." And he's done it every morning since then when I wear he'll notice if I'm wearing open-toed shoes, and he'll do that. So he's anticipating my needs. So he is an outstanding husband. Like, I couldn't recommend him more for that position. It's already taken. But the difference between excellence and outstanding is just a little bit. A friend of mine was going to get a boob job, and I went with her to the plastic surgeon. And when we went into the plastic surgeon, of course, I'm looking at all of his books, I'm thinking of questions to ask him. I want to make sure my friend's getting a good boob job, right? I don't want it to be messed up because then I'm going to have to make fun of her the rest of my life. And so I noticed that he had pictures of before and after, but there was also mathematical calculations in his books. So when he came in, I kind of forgot about the boob job, and I said, "Why do you have all those mathematical calculations under the people that had nose jobs and stuff like that?" And he goes, "Well, actually, the difference between a butt ugly nose and a beautiful nose is about 2 millimeters. It's the way that it's positioned on your face. So 2 millimeters is the difference between that butt ugly nose and that beautiful nose. but it's also the difference between excellence and outstanding. So if you're in business, how can you go 2% more? To go from excellent to outstanding. Because to go from poor to good, that's a huge jump, right? To go from good to excellent, another huge jump. But to go from excellence to outstanding, it's a 2% shift. So how could you make a 2% shift in your business, in your relationships with your children, to go from excellence to outstanding, to get all of those rewards? That's the key to happiness. You guys are already at excellence. How can you get to outstanding? Just 2% more. And if you're going, Christy, it's hard to reach 2% more. Go like this. Now just go 2% more. How hard is that?
Not hard.
Not hard, right? You can do that in your business. You can do that in your personal life. You can do it in your spiritual life. You can do it in your financial life. Remember, the key to standards is for all those rungs of the wheel to all be striving for outstanding. The third secret. How many of you have children? Grandchildren? Fur babies? Now, with your children and grandchildren, you only have 940 Saturdays between the day that they're born and the day that they go off to college. I know many of you in here, and you've already seen those 940 Saturdays come and go, right? It's been painfully obvious to me, those 940 Saturdays, because my 19-year-old sitting up here graduated. And about the time she graduated, she met her significant other. And those Saturdays that I used to have with her are gone. Also, that voice that mom and dad had, it's not the most important voice anymore. You've only got 940 Saturdays to make the most of them, making memories with your family. Instead of, oh, I forgot there's this cute little video, and it worked. That is them making gingerbread houses at an event here in Waco they have every year. You guys probably know what the event is. I can't remember it.
Deck the hall.
Deck the halls. And those are what we used to do on Saturdays. Now they all have jobs and work on Saturdays. With Abby and Bruce, who are just our juniors in high school, I have about 72 Saturdays left with them before they go off and they start their own life. So make those memories with your kiddos. And I know I'm pulling on your heartstring, Alyssa. I knew that would hit you. So make that time and spend it with them. Actually, women, do you know how much time you spend at your house doing your chores, cleaning every week?
Too much.
Too much.
We're all saying the same thing. Too much.
You actually spend 6 hours a week cleaning your house. It's usually on the weekends, because most of us are professionals in here. And we clean in the evenings or weekends. And then we spend 7 hours tidying up. So 13 hours a week is spent cleaning and tidying your home. Guys, I know some of you do it because Max does it at our house. He does the tidying, he doesn't do the cleaning. But you spend all this time on things that don't matter. On your deathbed, are your kids going to remember how tidy and clean your house is? No. They're going to remember those memories that you made with them on those Saturdays. The one thing that you can give people you love more than a gift, because the gift's going to come and go, is that time to make those memories together. So make the most of those 940 Saturdays. So women, if you were to clean and tidy for a whole year, do you know how many weeks you've wasted cleaning and tidying your house? 4. Over a lifetime, we spend 16 years cleaning and tidying our house. Can't you think of something better to do with 16 years? Like, get a doctorate or something. Make a difference. So what sometimes spouse does is we want to help you put that time back in your life. We are a handyman service and a household cleaning service. Here's some pictures of some recent work that we've done in the Waco, Texas area. We've built decks so families can make memories. We've also built entertainment systems so families can make memories with their family. And also the front door, that has to be the most welcoming part of a home. This is one that we changed out and stained. We also do cleaning services, so women, you can get your 16 years back. Probably make you look younger too. I haven't read any studies on that, but we can help you take care of your chores around the house. So instead of spending weekends cleaning and tidying, we'll do it for you. We'll give you that 13 hours back with just sending our girls out a couple of hours a week. Also, we do clean outs of move-out homes also. So you can actually buy back your time and get so much more out of life with sometime spouse. So those were the 3 keys to happiness. 1, that spouse that you choose or the person you choose to walk your life with. 2, standards. How many of you are going to go from excellent to outstanding? Woo-hoo! And number 3, 940 Saturdays. Make the most with those memories with your family. Instead of taking care of those honeydews, we'll take care of them for you. Now, I want you guys to know I left you all a gift card, $25 gift card. This is where I feel like Oprah. You get a gift card, you get a gift card, you get a gift card. They're on your table, so take them home with you and enjoy. And I can't wait to hear your stories of happiness.
Amazing, and yeah, I might have gotten a little teary-eyed over here. But Christy, amazing job. You always deliver so well for us, and we appreciate your time here.